Guru Yatindra Raghavendraya Paramapujya Avatar Avadhuta Jagadguru Shri Datta Ganapat Sachidananda Dattapaji Shri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Maharaja Sharda Mataye Ramana Maharshi Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja Lahiri Mahashaya Yukteswaragiri Yogananda Gauranga Nitayi Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Trailinga Maharaja Bhet Narayana Sadashiva Brahmendra Maharaja Neem Karoli Baba Maharaja Adi Guru Shankaracharya Chandrasekhar Saraswati Maharaja Paramapujya Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja Lahiri Mahashaya Yukteswaragiri Yogananda Gauranga Nitayi Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nagajata Jayalakshmi Mata Jillalamudi Mata Anandamayi Anagha Sameta Gurudatta Maharaja Tara Mata ki Jaya Ho Jaya Ho Shri Padarajam Sharanam Prapadye Shri Padarajam Sharanam Prapadye Shri Padarajam Sharanam Prapadye. Shri Padarajam Sharanam Prapadye. Dear all divine associates and disciples of Samasta Guru Mandali, today also Jayanama Guna Sankirtana is very much blessed to continue the Satsanga as a part of Bhakti Kriya Yoga in relearning the autobiography of a yogi, wherein which in relearning the autobiography of a yogi, Satsanga has been blessed to continue and relearn the fifth chapter, a perfumed saint displays his wonders. And the perfumed saint is named as Gandha Baba. Yogda Maharaja is instructing us to also relearn the saint who was demonstrating the perfume was or displays perfume is none other than Gandha Baba. So the other day, Samasta Guru Mandali, His Holiness Paramapuja Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja and Paramahamsa, our Jagadguru Yogananda Maharaja, blessed us to understand till I have long exercised an honest introspection, the exquisitely painful approach to wisdom, self scrutiny, relentless observance of one's thoughts is a stark and shattering experience. It pulverizes the stoutest ego, but true self analysis mathematically operates to produce seers. The way of self expression, individual acknowledgements, results in egotists, sure of the right to their private interpretations of God and the universe. Now, this was being told by the or understood. Jainamuguna Sankirtan understood when the satsanga has been taken place between the saint, the tall saint near Kalimata temple with the Yogda Maharaja. So we have also understood that yes, we have to keep continuously, relentlessly should work to get rid of that ego state. That is, from Jnana Yoga, we have understood or we have relearned that I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the ego, there is no I. And mathematically, we also, with the blessings of Naren, that means very fond disciple of Jagadguru Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Maharaja, Swami Vivekananda. Mathematically, he said that total experience minus the seen is equal to the seer. So, Atman, Paramatman. Like that, we have relearned. So, Yogda Maharaja also said us that the self expressions, that means individual acknowledgements, I'm a professor, I'm a teacher, I'm earning that, I'm earning this, I have good family, I have 5 houses, like that, all sure of right, they will definitely results in egotism, and that probably that never and ever we can come out of that ego or stoutest ego. That what Yogda Maharaja says. So then he also says, yes, self-expression leads to arrogance and subjective flawed views of reality. So we will become very subjective. That means by self-expressing that boasting, in other words, boasting. In other words, we are talking big about our own selves. So never and ever it happens, isn't it? So only God can help us. So Yoga Maharaj also said that truth humbly retires. So, what happens? It will not tell us anything. It just like that, it will be a neutral event, and it will also see that the truth, because it is only, it doesn't prove anything, it simply waits, it humbly steps back, allowing the to spin spin, or spinning its intricate private webs until it completely exhausts itself. So Yoga Maharaja blessed us till this extent, that we need to continuously understand the spiritual process and keep moving ahead in spirituality. In any form, we shouldn't have any difference between the form of the God. Guru and God both are formful and formless. And every Guru, every God is same. That we have to relearn. Now, Satsanga continues like this. Truth humbly retires, no doubt, before such arrogant originality. I was enjoying the discussion. So, Yogda Maharaja and the tallest saint, the sadhu, they were talking to each other. And Yogda Maharaja was enjoying this satsanga like us. Man can understand no eternal verity until he has freed himself from pretensions. The human mind, bared to a centuried slime, is teeming with the repulsive life of countless world delusions. Struggles of the battlefield pale into insignificance here when man first contends with inner enemies. Oh. In fact, if we are all praying every day Yogda Maharaja, these words are not ordinary. It will stimulate 72,000 astral nerves, including our satsanga. Because, see the words, the kind of knowledge, almost it was, we have to think that it is showering on all of us. It is not just like that listening and going. We need to keep on practicing it, contemplating it, understanding it, relearning it, how to progress spiritually. So, man can understand no eternal verity until he has freed himself from pretensions. So, what does it mean? Pretension. Everyone know pretension. Pretension is a false claim to status, knowledge, or whatever it is. So, it acts as a very thick, opaque lens. It distorts the light of the eternal seer into the fragmented, comforting illusions of a private interpretation. That means to see the truth, that means the sen or the sat. The truth is nothing but the sat. Truth is sat. Sat chit ananda. Sat, truth. Chit, wisdom. Anand, bliss. So, to see the truth, the lens must not be only polished, they should be completely shattered. Then only we can see. So, Upper says, until eternal verity, until he has freed himself from pretensions. We shouldn't have pretensions. What does it mean? We have to obey the instructions of God. We have to obey the instructions of the God. Whatever we have asked has been gifted by the God. But we have forgotten that what Lord Buddha says. We all have prayed God. We all have prayed God. And we wanted this kind of a body. Yes, 150%. Then why we need to lament? That what Yogda Maharaja is telling. Why you should lament your fate that it is happening to me? Because the samskaras, whatever the impressions which we were carrying since long, long, long lives, now it is a result. So the our Lord Christ also said, whatever you sow, you reap it. Simple. So for anyone, whatever we sow, we reap it. So Appa says that human mind, bare to a centuried slime, is teeming with a repulsive life of countless world delusions. So Appa says that as long as, so bared to a centuried or slime, it means the human mind and its tendency always gets attracted towards delusion and self deception. One should understand. Always. That is the reason Jagat Gurus say that because of that Maya, delusion, every body or every mind will get attracted to negative side only. That is the play of the God. WHY, why we should not ask. We have to do labor work for spirituality also. Like for any other worldly matter, we also should work for 8 hours or 10 hours a day towards the God. Then only we can fight back at least to some extent. But we don't know from where it comes, internal enemies. So, what does it mean? Yogda Maharaja says that there is an immediate need to overcome these internal enemies before one can understand any eternal truths. So, centuried slime represents the accumulated delusions and errors of thought that have persisted throughout the history, not only for you, not only for me. It is since ages the delusion is being continued. So, repulsive bare to a centuried slime is teeming with the repulsive life of countless world delusions. Struggles of the battlefield pale into insignificance here when man first contends with inner enemies. Now look at this. So Yogda Maharaja says that until countless world delusions, so as long as our energy is bleeding outward, we are completely at the mercy of world delusions. Never and ever it can happen to go travel inward until we get blessings of Guru Mandali or the God. Very, very, very critical. So that is the reason Yogda Maharaja says, or Sri Ramakrishna Paramhansa Maharaja says, spirituality is not easy. It is walking on water. Any time you can get drowned. It's not that easy. So every day we are triggered by a criticism, intoxicated by a compliment, and sometimes paralyzed by a loss. So what God says, whatever is given by God, our ego will not accept it. When profit has given, we are very happy. When loss has been given, we are suffering. Why? That what? So that balance equity of mind is very, very important, Yogda Maharaja says. So, of course, Yogda Maharaja also says that the stoutest ego thrives in this chaos, using the drama of these endless outside battles to ensure we will never sit still enough it discover the world outside as an illusion. So inward, we'll never try to go inward because they will keep on. Our stoutest ego will trigger that. Look at the outside, you are being disrespected. Look at the outside, you are being demeaned. Look at outside, you are suffering with losses, you are belittled. You have to take action against them. See what not mind says. It's not that easy. So every time only outside, outside, outside. So Yogda Maharaja says that we have to go inside. When man first contends with inner enemies, Arishadvarga, 6 internal enemies. That is the reason Babaji Maharaja blessed us with the mantra Shiva Rudra mantra. Shiva Rudra mantra. Lord Shiva, prosperity. Rudra, devotees think that is very ferocious. Lord Shiva. Yes, he is very ferocious to help the spiritual sadhaka to fight back the internal enemies. That is the reason Rudra, Shiva Rudra. Shivarudra mantra. Shivaya Gurave Rudraya Namaha. Shivaya Gurave Babajiye Namaha. Shivarudra mantra. So we have to fight back with these internal enemies. And especially Yogda Maharaj also is telling that until you fight back, you cannot understand or you cannot really get that still state. People think devotees may be asking, is it very easy to get a still state? No. Until we are purified to the core and the ego state is reduced to the core, 0.001, for example, then only it is possible to get that stillness. It's not that easy. But we should not get demotivated. Every day we need to keep chanting and doing service to the God, any spiritual ritual. No more or no mortal force these to be overcome by a harrowing array of might. Omnipresent, unresting, pursuing man, even in sleep, subtly equipped with miasmic weapons, these soldiers of ignorant lusts seek to slay us all. So now Yogda Maharaja is instructing us. It is not that easy. Inner enemies. Inner enemies not only jealous, not only angry or anger, not only selfishness, the most dangerous thing, lust and selfishness, what Yogda Maharaja says. So Yogda Maharaja says that struggles of the battlefield pale into insignificance here when man first contends with inner enemies. You can get that still state when you fight back with those inner enemies. Shivarudra mantra or Shivarudra. No mortal force these to be overcome by a harrowing array of might, omnipresent, unresting, pursuing man even in sleep, subtly equipped with miasmic weapons. These soldiers of ignorant lusts seek to slay us all. Oh, what a great satsanga. Jayanamogana Sankirtana is very much blessed. So, Appa says, Yogda Maharaja says that the harrowing array of might is a sheer, like, overwhelming power that the cosmic illusion, Maya, wields over the human psyche. It is a ferocious momentum of our own subconscious habits, samskaras. The primary evolutionary inputs drives the body and crushing the weight of collective human conditioning. What a note. Inner habits, subconscious habits, very critical. People think that what Jagat Guru Sri Ramakrishna Maharaja says, the subconscious habits or subconscious levels. There are closely 6 to 7, he used to say. His Holiness Sri Ramakrishna Paramhansa Maharaja say. Sukshma, subtle. Sukshmatara, subtle. Sukshmantara, subtle, subtling, subtly or down. Then sukshmantara, ati sukshmatara. That means even you cannot see with your physical eyes. That tiny, subtle habits or samskaras, mudras. So someone was asking in Satsanga, Shivana, how the samskaras will erupt. Eruption is the right word, like a volcano. For example, Shivana will never take example of our devotees. Shivana is taking himself as a devotee. One day what happened? Shivana praying well, very well. Every bhajans, satsanga, everything is good. So suddenly what happened? When Shivana is doing satsanga, his daughter or son slipped off a water bottle. Almost that water scattered around and the whole book got wet. Now, till that time, Shivana is telling, Oh God, oh Lord, oh Babaji, oh Lord Shiva, like that is telling. So, oh, people, devotees also listening. Oh, what a great man, great man, great man. Like that, probably no one will say Shivana great man, but just for instance, at least for uh, some happiness, devotees may be telling, oh, what a great, like that. Immediately, the moment when book has become of no use, completely wet and torn into pieces or very wet, where it cannot be used next time. Suddenly, Shivana took a belt. Shivana took a belt and started hitting her or his son or his daughter. Tapa, like that sounds also. Tap, 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 like that. God's sake. So she cried. After some time, Shivana also cried. Both cried. By looking at this, Shivana wife also cried. Everyone started crying. And after crying, no eating. Shivana doesn't have food on that day. Daughter doesn't have food or son doesn't have food that day. Shivana wife also did not have food that day. Some people who are following us, they also feeling very happy that yes, it should happen like that. There are some people like that also. All put together has almost a situation of burial ground. So Shivana slept without food, of course. No food on that day. Shivana slept. No, no sleep. Thoughts are running like horses. And then she, daughter or son, they came to Shivana and said, SORRY, sorry, that's it. The whole volcano, erupted volcano, just has come down. God's sake. Then Shivana thought of thinking, late night at 3 o'clock, he's not sleeping. What kind of a nature Shivana is? From where it has come? And just he recollected how Shivana started hitting his son or daughter. Almost it was like a ferocious animal, ferocious animal, full angry. Eyes have become very red, very ferocious. And almost 150, 200 times he would have hit. Then Shivana realized, oh, this is animal. Shivana doesn't know that animal is resting in Muladhara Chakra, just like that. Shivana doesn't know. So, what is the fun and use? If you behave external one like, internal one like, God will never like. Oh, what a nice English quotation. Appaji, Yogda Maharaj's blessing. If you are outside one like, inside one like, God will never like. Wow. See now. So who is responsible? Shivana himself is responsible. Now that impact at least will continue for 1 week. 1 week. Just imagine. Or more than that. Sometimes. It may also result in very, very, very critical decisions. So how to control anger? That is also one ego. Yeah. Shivana would like to say one more thing. So there was one satsanga was taking place. Bhagwan Ramana was giving, of course, through silence only, through his eyes, he used to do satsanga. So one of the devotees, disciples, had a question. So he was answering it, and suddenly one hutko, we call Sri Ramakrishna Paramhansa Maharaja calls hutko. Hutko means suddenly he will appear and disappear. So one hutko came in satsanga, and he bowed and he said, Bhagwan, I have written this book. It was purely in Sanskrit. I have converted into Tamil. some scripture. He said, I converted this. Appa said, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. Good, good. Like that he said. Then he started telling, Appa, Bhagavan, what did I do, backside, I did not write my name. Why I have to write my name? Like that he told. Then Bhagavan simply said, oh, that is also one ego. Having your name, doing that job, you did not mention your name. That is also part of ego. That's it. Now, everyone who was sitting there could not understand the logic of ego. It's not that easy. People think traveling in spirituality is very easy. Oratory skills, talking about God, God, God like that, it will never help. Bhava, insight. What you are is inside. That inside will demonstrate outside. Compassion comes. That means every time the energy will circulate, go rest in Nimna Chakra, Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura. Getting it to Anahata and Vishuddha is very big exercise. From there, getting onto Agna Chakra, you have to believe it. Jagat Guru, Sri Ramakrishna Paramsa Maharaja says, Samadhi. There is no I, no you. Something like that it happens. So, it is until we get that knowledge and wisdom, what is ego, what is not ego, that also should be blessed by God. That what Guru Mandali says. So, man is, will try to, because of that human conditioning, will never try to come out with those subconscious habits. We have to be very careful. Samskaras or impressions. They also been called as mudras. Mudras means not this. No, that mudra. In Sanskrit, mudra. Mudra means impressions. We have to be very careful. Oh, please, everyone write Jaya Jagadguru Paramahamsa Yogananda Maharaja. Jaya Paramahamsa Yogananda Maharaja. We don't know from where that ego will come. This is also ego. I have to tell something, I have to do live, that is also ego. Then Shivana asked Amma, Mate, Tara Mate, Mate, do you think that it is ego? Then Amma said, no, Re, that is your duty. Whatever you know, you share. That's it. Because Shivana doesn't have any expectation. Then Amma said, oh, that is good. If you get expectation, that is ego. No problem. God is always with us. Because Jaya Nama Guna Sankirtana is a vehicle of Samasta Guru Mandali. So, tomorrow we'll also get blessed. One Lord Shiva. One Lord Shiva, because that's very important. On Saturday from 10 o'clock, we have Lagunyasa Mantra Sameta Rudrabhisheka in Kukatpalli, Pragati Nagar, Hyderabad. So if anyone would like to wish to join, they can write mail to Jayanamugana Sankirtana for address. Pure spiritual labor. So three instructions given by Guru Mandali. Morning 10:30 or so, 11, we will be blessed to continue Rudrabhisheka. That means Mantra Sameta Lagunyasa Rudrabhisheka, followed by Namaguna Sankirtana. That means from 10:30 a.m., it may go to evening 6 or 7 or 8. We also don't know. Appaji or Babaji decides. Now, if anyone would like to join, you have to be away from worldly matters on that day. Then only please join. If not, you are a distraction and you will distract others. If you decide no phones, no engagements, no networking, no palaver, if you want to have that spiritual vibration and spend 8 hours of labor towards God, that samuhika, we call it as group effort. Babaji Maharaj is feeling very happy, Lord Shiva. Everyone will be given a chance to pour water and milk or whatever it is. Follow continuously Shivarudra mantra. And then followed by, of course, Prashada, Mahaprashada, whatever, little, little. We don't have black money. Simple, simple food, vegetarian, followed by Namaguna Sankirtana. If anyone would like to join, you can join, no problem. So if, because any known people, they will get information. If anyone online, someone is coming, what is happening, like that, some people will come. For those devotees, Shivanna is requesting that you can join, no problem. If you believe it, because it is impossible to believe anyone online. Of course, why Shivanna said this? Because people who devotees who are coming and going with the Shivanna also unable to believe, then online how people will believe? No problem. We will pray Taramata, but strictly 8 hours, 9 hours labor, spiritual labor. Yogda Maharaja and Shiramuksha Paramsa Maharaja said, then you see the divine energy. 8, 9 hours on the same spiritual ritual. It's going to be a very, very vibratory moment. So, if possible, Datta Anugraha. So, Amma says, Shivaya Gurave Rudraya Namaha. 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 Namah Shivaya Om, Namah Shivaya Om. Namah Shivaya Om, 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 Namah Shivaya Om. Shivaya Gurave Babaji Namaha. 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 Namah Shivaya Om, Namah Shivaya Om. Namah Shivaya Om, Namah Shivaya Om. Shivaya Gurave Rudraya Namaha. 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 Namah Shivaya Om, Namah Shivaya Om. Namah Shivaya Om, Namah Shivaya Om. Namah Shivaya Om, Namah Shivaya Om. Shivaya Gurave Babaji Namaha. Shivaya Gurave Babaji Namaha. Shivaya Gurave Babaji Namaha. Shivaya Gurave Babaji Namaha. Shivaya Gurave Babajiya Namaha. Shivaya Gurave Babajiya Namaha. Shivaya Gurave Babajiya Namaha. Shivaya Gurave Babajiya Namaha. Hari Om Namah Shivaya. Hari Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Gurave Rudraya Namaha. Shivaya Gurave Rudraya Namaha. Shivaya Gurave Rudraya Namaha. Hari. Lord Shiva is very, very happy. So Shiva says, Lord Shiva, Mangalakara. That means prosperity and progress in spirituality. Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva says that Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namaste Astu Bhagavan Vishweshwaraya Mahadevaya Trambhakaya Brahmtakaya Trikagni Kalaya Kalagni Rudraya Neelakantaya Mrityunjayaya Sarveshwaraya Sadashivaya Sriman Mahadevaya Samratsaya Nadaya Babaji Namo Namaha. Shambho Shambho Ganga Sanga Pradananga Amba Sanga Shambho Shambho Ganga Sanga Pradananga Amba Sanga Shambho Shambho Ganga Sanga Pradananga Amba Sanga Shambho Shambho Ganga Sanga Pradananga Basanga Vishadara Vishakandara Vishadara Vishakandara Shashadara Hudimandara Shashadara Hudimandara Shula Yuda Rudra Vida Shula Yuda Rudra Palita Buddha Pavana Kata Palita Buddha Pavana Kata Nasika Sabahata Kaita Nasika Sabahata Kaita Natyosava Vipula Shava Natyosava Vipula Shava Hara 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 Pura Pura Shiva 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 Ehe Dhira Ihadura Ahi Vira Bhavadara Ehe Dhira Ihadura Ahi Vira Bhavadara Shambho Shambho Ganga Sanga Gaddananga Amba Sanga Shambho Shambho Ganga Sanga Gaddananga Amba Sanga Nija Bhavasa Yogananda Sadbhaktali Chakravaka Nija Bhavasa Yogananda Sadbhaktali Chakravaka Shambho Shambho Ganga Sanga Gaddananga Amba Sanga Shambho Shambho Ganga Sanga Gaddananga Amba Sanga Sarvatita Sarvopeta Sarvonita Sachidananda Sarvatita Sarvopeta Sarvonita Saidananda Sarvatita Sarvopeta Sarvonita Babaji Nanda Apaji Nanda Shambho Shambho Ganga Sanga Gaddananga Amba Sanga Shambho Shambho Ganga Sanga Gaddananga Amba Sanga Hara 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 Pura Pura Hara Hara Bhava 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 Shiva 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 Shiva. Why Lord Shiva is very happy? Because Om Aim Hrim Shrim Shivarama Anagadhataya Namaha. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Shivarama Anagadhataya Namaha. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Shivarama Anagandhataya Namaha. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Shivarama Anagandhataya Namaha. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Shivarama Anagandhataya Namaha. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Shvarama Anagandhataya Namaha. Om Aim Aim Bhim Tim Shvaramanagham Dataya Namaha. Om 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 Aim Bhim Tim Shvaramanaga Dataya Namaha. Anagaya Namaha. Anandaya Namaha. Hari. The moment when we say God name, inside should be dance, joyous. That is the bliss. But when we will get that bliss, when we continuously effort. Banat banat ban jaye. Lahiri Mahashaya, Parama Puja. Lahiri Mahashaya used to say, Banat banat ban jaye. Doing will become. Banat banat ban jaye. Doing will become. So continuously we need to do every minute, every second we have to try to keep association with God, association with holy men. Then only we will get positive thoughts, if not negative. If not, what happens? Suddenly sorrowfulness, suddenly mood out, sudden problems. So if God is with us, every time happy, and it is proved Jayana Guna Sankirtana is a vehicle of Samasta Guru Mandali. And ours, all Guru Mandalis are our family members. You also should think like that. Whatever Guru you are believing in, fond of, is your family member. That is the way love should. It is not easy to get love just like that on God. We will get a love on all other objects. That is moha. Because some or the other way there may be expectations. That's what Yogda Maharaja and Sri Ramakrishna Paramsa Maharaja says. Selfless love. Mathura Bhava. When that comes, Bhakti and Kriya. Bhakti Kriya Yoga. Jayanamaguna Sankirtana is practicing one hand material life, one hand spiritual life to balance and just progress spiritually. Dattanugraha. So tomorrow we will pray Taramate to bless all of us for continue the satsanga. Amma should bless us. If not, who are we? Who is Shivana to tell? Who is you to attend? Amma, Babaji. Babaji will pick. Shivan also doesn't know why he is doing. Someone asked in the Satsanga, why you are doing autobiography of a yogi? It is for Kriya Bhans. You are only shouting with bhajans. I Shivan also doesn't know. Suddenly Yogda Maharaja said, hey, before you die, you do something good like that. He told, okay, done. Datta Anugraha. So we have to be very careful. Hey, be happy, everyone. God will take care. Jayana Muguna Sankirtana is not ordinary. Blessed by Samasta Guru Mandali. Dattanugraha. तोरमतो की जय तोरमतो की जय अनगा दत्त महाराज की जय अनगा दत्त महाराज की जय तोरमतो की जय तोरमतो की जय जय नाम गुण संकीर्तन की जय जय नाम गुण संकीर्तन की जय जय नाम गुण संकीर्तन की जय